Narma the Returned has returned from the library with a whopping 16 books that she needs to book all her skills. But what if I were to tell you, after the buff, she can now solo a lot of content, including soloing Iron Twins, Stage 15, Dragon Heart 10, and even Ice Golem 20, without needing any books whatsoever, and without needing any blessings in this amazing build. How does it work? Let's go. Hey guys, SMZ here, we back playing Raid Shadow Legends. And yes, Narma the Returned has returned. It has been a pretty good buff, her skills are changed completely, and she's an incredible champion now. In a lot of content, she's gonna help out a lot of players all across the spectrum. She's gonna be super useful into the early game for fighting the Demon Lord. She was always useful for the Demon Lord because she had poison sensitivity, decrease attack, leech, all of the key elements that you need. Her books have always been an issue. But there are a couple of ways to deal with that issue. There's a free champion that you can get by using the link in my description. That is Narma the Returned, a great champion to battle the Demon Lord. And you can get her alongside other crazy good epic champions like Anax, like Uugo, and like Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. How to get these champions for free? Here's how to do it. You go into your player gameplay and log out of your current account. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email address. Download the game and then play the tutorial, and you will find Narma sitting there chilling in your inbox. And you can get all of these crazy good epic champions as you progress through the game. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Click the link in the description and get these cool champions. So you now have the poison explosion that she did not have previously, which is incredible because on her A1 she increased the duration of all debuffs by 1 turn. Now one thing super important to understand, the poisons, they don't explode just for having 1 stack. So a poison with only 1 debuff duration is gonna explode once, 5%. If it has 2, it explodes twice, right? 3, so on and so forth. She increases the duration of all debuffs, which also comes from her passive. Whenever an ally is being attacked, then 25% chance of placing poison. If she's being attacked, 50%, and you can increase this with the Sniper Mastery. You get the poison on the boss or any champion on the opposing team, and then you can increase the duration, and then you can blow it off. It's a total package. She has gotten a pretty good kit. She's gonna help out a lot of early game players, and if you're just starting into the game, you can also get her using my link in the description, and how you can get it is gonna be linked right now. So for mid-game players, she's also going to be super useful for soloing a lot of the content. And then for end-game players, I think she has uses in the Chimera because she brings a lot of essential debuffs, especially on the rotation, on the rotation when the 4-star Basalt for Ultra Nightmare is on the Viper form. This is going to be incredible because you have to remember that the Viper also throws back the poisons at you, so you have to kind of explode the poisons as quickly as you can. She's going to bring survivability because the poisons on the enemy also brings the damage mitigation, so that's going to be super helpful. Decrease attack, leech, they're both essential debuffs for doing a few trials on the Lion form, on the Viper form. And of course, increasing the duration of all debuffs is super useful, super useful. It's always going to be handy, especially even the fear debuff on the Viper form. She's going to be incredible. I still have to try her in the Chimera. I feel like she's going to be also super useful if you run her in a 9-piece Feral set. But today, in today's video, we are going to talk about her soloing content. So I have her in a region set and all the other, and region and 1 piece or 1 pair of righteous gear basically. And this is just a ring that I had lying around, same with the Merciless. And you'll see the stats that I'm aiming for, they are high, but they're not crazy high. So 77k HP, 4.7k defense, 260 speed. You do need to build her resistance and you need to build her accuracy. Resistance needs to be close to 500, a bit more would be even better. And then accuracy around 300, because in the dungeon especially, she also has the aura that gives her 80 accuracy, which is incredible, which is one of the most useful auras starting out into the game. So that's the build I'm going to be using. Golden Elixir is amazing. It's kind of a cheat code, which we didn't have a couple of years ago. If you can take it to plus 12, it's going to be even better. The gemstones I'm using are boss deals less damage and turn meter gain whenever an enemy loses HP, which is going to happen because of the poison explosion. In terms of masteries, I've gone down the defense and support tree, gotten her some resistance because I have to build that out because I don't have any ascension, any blessings or whatsoever. So I need to get the stats up. however way I can. On the support tree, one thing I want to highlight. So right here on this line, on this row, there are 3 things that I have to pick up. So Spirit Hit's going to be great for soloing with food, which is something that you might want to run. And for that, getting 8 more speed if you are not able to build her speed high is going to be very useful. But you do want Sniper, especially if you don't have her booked out to for her A1 chance as well as for the poison. And Master Hexer, of course, to extend the duration of anything is going to be super useful. So it's quite difficult to pick here because you can maximum pick 2 out of the 3. So you can pick any combination in my opinion. I would always pick Sniper and then choose between Master Hexer and Spirit Haste basically. But let me showcase her soloing content. As you can see, no books whatsoever. No books. None of the 16 books. I'm even thinking of booking her out because I will need her for the Chimera if I want to book her. But let's go to Iron Twins and I'll showcase her soloing this boss completely, which is crazy if you think about it. So as you will see, she's gonna resist all the Iron Brand, everything. She's putting on debuffs again. Because she's unbooked, the run's gonna go a bit slower because she also doesn't have a 100% chance of landing everything with her A3. And then once she lands it, she's gonna increase duration and whatnot. But Iron Twins also throws away everything as soon as, you know, those thresholds are hit. What is it? I think they're like 4 or 5 thresholds, 80, 60 and 43 thresholds. At those instances, he's gonna throw everything out of the window. She does get some Iron Brand because, you know, there's a 3% resist chance always, or rather even the application chance which comes into play. But she's doing just fine. She's maxed out. Again, the Iron Twins, they start hitting incredibly hard as soon as they drop below 40% HP because then they unlock, where's that skill? Doomsday Machine, this skill right here, which hits very hard. It hits harder the more Iron Brand you have, which is mitigated by the fact that I have high resistance. So even the Iron Brand stacks that she got, she's gonna run out of them basically. So as you can see, it's only 1 stack left on her, if I can showcase that. And it's gone actually, it's completely gone. Half health is gone. We are 1 minute in, so not the slowest even. Again, you can easily bring food. You can do these 6 keys daily and 12 on a Sunday. Very important to take that into consideration. But as you can see, she's landing poisons. Again, if you book her out, this run's gonna go much faster. Her A3 books down to a 3-turn cooldown. I believe her A2 books down to a 3-turn cooldown as well. So you can be loading up poisons, exploding them all the time. That was unfortunate. That was like 6 poisons on her, but it got thrown away because we hit that 40% HP threshold. She's getting some debuffs on herself right now, which means that I need to pump up her resistance even more. Maybe once I get, or if I get any blessings on her, that's gonna go up. But you saw that the healing comes in from the relic that we have, Golden Elixir, and she's popping back up. Good news is now the poisons are not gonna be thrown away. As you saw, she increased the poison duration. They're not gonna go away because we're past the 40% mark. That was the big poison explosion. The boss is very low, 2 minutes 20 in, and we are going to hopefully finish the fight very soon. More poisons, kind of like Toragi puts out. To be honest, you can also put Toragi alongside her and it's going to put even more poisons on the boss, which is crazy to think about. And the boss is pretty much dead. One other thing I might do is give her War Master once I can meet the resistance thresholds easier. But you can see, she just soloed that boss. She also does the same thing when it comes to Ice Golem. So Ice Golem Hard 10 she won't be able to do because the hard boss can't be poisoned. He's immune to it. But she can do it definitely on the normalized golem. But let me first showcase the dragon run to you guys, which I recorded actually, because again, I just want to quickly go through it without having the whole fight run, because more the same. I started recording at round 2, but just trust me, the round 1, the same thing happened. She's soloing. There's no other champion involved. She's healing. She's adding poisons. The nice thing about her is that when she's landing poisons with the A3, if there's already 3 debuffs on the enemies, she's gonna land it on everybody, which is crazy. So for example, Mikey is also a great combination with her because he spreads everything through. If you have a Calvalax, you can just put Calvalax with her and she's gonna go crazy. But you will see how quickly she puts out poisons on the Dragon Heart 10. And that stun is irresistible, unfortunately. You can build infinite resistance on her, you're gonna still take that stun. But we are landing poisons. The Golden Elixir, that's what the relic is called. That's healing us up. And as you can see, the more poisons that the dragon has, the less damage he does, because there's the damage mitigation. So as you saw, she was able to complete that fight. Let me load up the Ice Golem 20 run as well. Again, this is gonna just take longer because these two champions, these two, I think they are rares, maybe uncommons, probably rares. They always put this block debuffs for 3 turns, which is annoying, which is why it just takes her a bit longer. But nevertheless, she is able to get the job done, as I can just fast forward through, which is why I recorded this. But yeah, those are the 2 left, but she's gonna slowly kill them, as you can see, slowly but surely. And 1 minute 47, we are on to round 2. Round 2 fortunately does not have any block debuffs champions. Again, for the most of the tournaments, you are going to be running stage 20 anyways, because it's the most efficient. And for any deck of fate or titan events and whatnot, the only time that you should be running the hard 10 dungeons, if you want better gear, of course, that's one point. But the other time is the turn attack tournaments. So for turn attack tournaments, don't run the normal stages, but for all of the other tournaments, you will run this. And when you will run this, it's just better to run with food, right? You're ranking up food as you do it. Even though the run takes longer, especially in the mid game or early late game players, it's going to be super helpful. So she's just going to finish everybody off. Then she's going to target the minions, put the poisons, explode the poisons, first kill the minions. To be honest, with the poisons, it does not proc the Ice Golem's retaliation hits, which is great. We've seen this with many nukers previously. She's gonna kill them through. Now on the Ice Golem itself, she's just A1ing because without books, her A3 is on such a long cooldown. But doesn't matter because she's still stacking poisons. And once the poisons stack, as you can see, he's not letting go. This is a 5 turn, 4 turn, until the explosion comes in and takes that huge chunk of health, which is crazy. As you can see, boom. She kills the boss pretty quickly. If you want some kind of speed but still doing solo or duo, then you can bring in a fast wave clear. And then she, as you saw, but the boss she takes care of pretty easily. The waves, she just takes time. If you do book her out, it's gonna be faster for sure. And you can use her in the Hydra, for example. She's gonna be super useful. You can use her in the Chimera. I will work on using her in the Chimera, especially for that particular rotation, and I'll showcase a video when I do. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this little showcase. If you did, let me know down in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you watch regularly and you haven't already. Helps me out tremendously as a new creator. Thank you once more for watching, and see you next time.